believe as one, united together forever in marriage. Now, marriage is not the end. It's really just the beginning. Marriage is a process that requires growth. Marriage is a bold step into an unknown future. It's risking who we are for the sake of who we can be. These two are willing to take that risk because they believe in their love. Today, Nikki, what you promised each other here today must be renewed again tomorrow. Every day that follows. And in this ceremony, yes, you will be husband and wife. Still, you must decide each and every day to commit yourselves to one another. Make such a decision. Keep on making it. The most important thing in life is to love and to be loved. So with that in mind, today, will you accept Nikki as your wife, your best friend, and your faithful companion for life? Will you give her your whole heart without reservation? Will you promise to do everything in your power to strengthen this bond of love with the best of all that you are from this day forward?
I will.
That was the correct answer. Nikki, will you accept Vinay as your husband, your best friend, and your one you love, and faithful companion for life? Will you give him your whole heart without reservation? Will you promise to do everything in your power to strengthen this bond of love with the best of all that you are from this day forward?
I will.
I'm sure you've thought a lot about what that means. I'm going to share with you a little reading that's entitled, Weave Me and Weave My Love into Yours. Kind of explains what the two of you are getting into. This is what it says. To be married is to enter a new realm of life. You have left behind the room of childhood. Now have stepped over the threshold into the room of adult love and commitment. It is within the bonds of this commitment that two distinctly different personalities are blended together as one. This process takes years. It is like the weaving together of two distinctly different kinds of threads into a whole new cloth. A cloth with many functions. It is a tent, a covering from the hostile elements of the changing seasons. It is a colorful quilt that warms the two who share it. It is a sheer gauzy curtain that offers privacy while allowing the sunlight to shine through. But the most beautiful and enduring marriage of all is not merely the weaving together of two lives, but of three. For woven into the strongest unions is the gold strand of God's love that endures forever. May the cloth of your marriage be woven of three strands, for a threefold cord is not easily broken, as we read in the book of Ecclesiastes. Now, Vinay and Nikki today are taken into your care and your trust the happiness of the one person in this world who you love with all your heart. You've given yourself and your life, your love, into the hands of the one person who loves you with all their heart. Remember that to the whole world, you are but one person. But to that one person, you are the whole world. However, true love goes far beyond the feelings of romance and excitement. You see, it's caring more about the well-being and the happiness of your married partner than being so concerned about your own needs and your own desires. Because you see, love makes burdens lighter because you divide them. It makes joys more intense because you share them. Makes you stronger so you can become involved in life in ways that you dare not risk alone. Real love says, true love says, they're just better together than when they are apart. Now, when you enter into marriage, you enter into life's most important relationship. It's a gift. Given to bring comfort when there is sorrow, peace when there is unrest, laughter when there is happiness, and love when it is shared. But a successful marriage isn't something that's just automatically happens. It takes a little bit of work, a little bit of time, A little bit of effort. Most importantly, it takes a commitment from the two of you. A commitment to do whatever it takes to make sure your relationship thrives and not just simply survive. Good marriage must be nurtured, continually cared for every day for the rest of your lives. Remember, the grass is always greenest with the water. Remember, in a sense, you don't marry one person, but three versions of that person. The person we think they are, the person they actually are, and the person they're going to become because they're married to you. That's very obvious to me in the sense we first communicated. It's very obvious to all of us who are gathered here today to see the two of you have a special love for one another. I've been watching you, Nikki. I see how you look at Vinay. There's this radiance about you. And I see how Vinay looks at you. There's this glow. A little sweat, but a glow about him as he looks at you. You know, love is such a small, simple word, but truly profound when we really begin to understand what it really means. The greatest description of love ever recorded comes from a little book called 1 Corinthians chapter 13. We call it the love chapter. It's the one that says, love is very patient and kind, never jealous or envious, never boastful or proud, never haughty or selfish or rude. Love does not demand its own way, nor is it irritable or resentful. It does not hold grudges and will hardly ever notice whenever you are wrong. It's never glad about injustice, but rejoices whenever truth wins out. This kind of love knows no boundaries to its tolerance, no end to its trust, no feeding to its hope, no limit to its endurance. It can outlast anything. Love is, in fact, the one thing that still stands, when everything else is fading. Vinay, Nikki, just before you share your vows with one another, let me remind you what a vow is. A vow is a solemn promise, a pledge that binds, a commitment of the heart, mind, body, and soul, a commitment that recognizes that marriage is the most significant of all human relationships. To give and to receive such a commitment is one of life's greatest gifts. You're about to receive that. Please cherish it always. With that in mind today, would you please repeat after me? I feel a lot more comfortable if you look at her. Please. I, Vinay, take you, Nikki.
I, Vinay, take you, Nikki.
Be my wedded wife.
To be my wedded wife.
I do promise before God and these witnesses.
I do promise before God and these witnesses.
To be faithful and true.
To be faithful and true.
In plenty and in want.
In plenty and in want.
In joy and in sorrow.
In joy and in sorrow.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
I will love you and cherish you.
And I will love you and cherish you.
For as long as we both shall live.
For as long as we both shall live.
Now, Nikki, would you please repeat after me? I, Nikki, take you, Vinay.
I, Nikki, take you, Vinay.
To be my wedded husband.
To be my wedded husband.
I do promise before God and these witnesses.
I do promise before God and these witnesses.
To be faithful and true.
To be faithful and true.
In plenty and in want.
In plenty and in want.
In joy and in sorrow.
In joy and in sorrow.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
And I will love you and cherish you.
And I will love you and cherish you.
For as long as we both shall live.
For as long as we both shall live.
Now you have chosen to wear rings as a reminder of the promises you have just spoken to each other. People often say that rings are a perfect circle with no beginning and no end. But the truth of the matter is these rings did have a beginning. Their beginning was humble, metal and stone, formed within the earth over millions of years from raw elements that eventually made it to the surface. Eventually this metal and stone became something beautiful. And love is like that. It comes from humble beginnings and through a combination of serendipity and effort, imperfect people shape it into something extraordinary. It's the process of making something beautiful when there was nothing at all before you met. As you look at your rings over the years, I want you to remember that you're in the process of making something incredibly beautiful. You've traded in something invaluable. Just as I know you will protect these rings, I also know that you will protect the commitment that you have made for one another. They're going to have rings with you. Nikki, with this ring,
Nikki, with this ring,
I seal my promise
I seal my promise
to be your loving husband,
to be your loving husband,
constant friend,
constant friend,
and faithful companion
and faithful companion
for all the days of my life.
for all the days of my life.
May this ring always be a reminder
May this ring always be a reminder
to keep the sacred vows we have spoken
to keep the sacred vows we have spoken
on this our wedding day.
on this our wedding day.
Today, with this ring,
Vinay, with this ring,
I seal my promise
I seal my promise
to be your loving wife,
to be your loving wife,
constant friend,
constant friend,
and faithful companion
and faithful companion
for all the days of my life.
for all the days of my life.
May this ring always be a reminder
May this ring always be a reminder
to keep the sacred vows we have spoken
to keep the sacred vows we have spoken
on this our wedding day.
on this our wedding day.
Have you ever wondered where the phrase tying the knot comes from? The tying the knot, okay? Spiritually and in a moment physically. The expression tying the knot refers to the traditional Celtic ritual of hand fasting. Hand fasting is the ancient Celtic word for wedding and was recognized as a binding contract before marriage became a function of the government or the state. After the wedding vows and ring exchange, the couples were hands were bound together with a cord that was tied in a blood knot, signifying the joining of their lives into a sacred union. Today, hand fasting is simply a symbolic ceremony to acknowledge the couple's desire to be bound together forever, their lives intertwined and their destiny is bound together. Vinay and Nikki, may I have the word, please? This cord is a symbol of a life that you have chosen to live together up to this moment. You have been severed in thought, word, and deed. But as I tie this cord, so shall your lives become intertwined. With this cord, I bind you to the vows you have made to one another. With this knot, I tie. Now I want to share a very special reading with the two of you. The reading is entitled, These Hands. I think it's appropriate to read this as your hands are all bound together. This is what it says. These are the hands of your best friend, young and strong and full of love, that hold yours on your wedding day, as you promise to love each other on the days of your life. These are the hands that will work alongside yours as you build your future together. These are the hands that will passionately love you and care for you throughout the years. These are the hands that will hold you when fear or grief fills your mind, and with the slightest touch will comfort you like no other. These are the hands that will give you strength when you struggle, and support and encouragement to chase down your dreams. These are the hands that will countless times wipe the tears from your eyes, tears of sorrow, tears of joy. Lastly, these are the hands that even when wrinkled with age, will still be reaching for yours, still giving you the same unspoken tenderness with just a touch from these hands. Vinay and Nikki, the love not grieved. This binding is not bound by the cord, but instead by your own vows of love. There's always you holding your hands and making of the breaking of this union. So may this love knot always be a reminder of the binding together of your two hands, your two hearts, your two souls into one. So are you bound each to the other for all the days of your lives. I'd like for both of you to find a unique place in your home where you can place this love knot, and let it be a reminder of the transition that is taking place today for two now becoming one. I'm going to ask Amy if it would come. We have a very special blessing that she would like to share with you. Please roll courage.
Irish blessing. We changed it around a little bit for it. May the road rise to meet you. May the wind always be at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face. The waves fall soft upon your fields. May the light of friendship guide your hands together. May the joy of living for one another trip a smile from your lips and from your eyes. And when eternity beckons at the end of life, heaped high with love, may the good Lord embrace you with the arms that have nurtured you the whole length of your joyful days. May the gracious God hold you both at the palm of his hands, and today, in the spirit of love and the growing that's in your hearts.
Now, Vinay, Nikki, now you have shared these words of love and commitment. We have witnessed the expression of your love. You have given each other these rings. Join your hands before and your hearts before your families and before your friends. It is truly with great joy that I now pronounce you. There are no other words that give you greater joy than to say this. I now pronounce you husband and wife. Now, Vinay, for the moment you've been practicing for. You know, you may kiss your lovely bride. I can't begin to tell you what an honor and a joy and a privilege it has been for me to share this very special and precious moment with each one of you. It truly is a delight for me to present to you on this day, which is what day, Vinay?
July 12th.
So it's a day you don't want to forget. Ladies and gentlemen, my great joy to introduce you for the very first time as husband and wife, Mr. and Mrs. Vinay and Nikki